stick with the Android all my life.
My forehead looks shiny, don't it?
Shit, mine do too.
Alright, girls, when y'all see this, don't think, you know what I'm saying? I got a lot of knowledge up here. That's all that means.
Yeah. What's happening, people?
What's going on, y'all?
I know it's been a while since we did anything, but we still been on it. We still been, on this mission to put out as much information and have as much conversations as possible, with the community. And we have a guest with us today who's gonna present some material that he has been, deep diving into as far as, the spiritual side of things. And the conversation that we're having today is it touches on science.
Right.
That, interacts with our spirit.
Yeah.
And, you have science, but then we've come to this new age where there's another term called the occult science.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if that really matters what you call it.
Yeah. Science, you gotta look at it. If we're looking at the physical, and they tell us what science is. Science is.
Hold on. And by the way, Kirt, y'all, here to, presenting us with his presence so we can have this conversation. So y'all like, share, follow on YouTube at Muddy Water, and back to the science you saying.
Before I get on science, I just want to share with our people out here. If you want to get an understanding on who you are, where you come from, I would encourage you guys to go out and get this book right here, From Babylon to Timbuktu. Explains a lot. You can take it with a grain of salt, however you want to take it. But that's the beginning of us getting back to who we are, so you can grow spiritually and get out this lost. Because look around at our people right now. We walking around here lost, not knowing who we are. That's why there's so much going on. But that's for another time. But let's talk about CERN, the science of CERN. Everything that's going on right now. When I say CERN, what's the first thing that comes to mind when I mention CERN?
From what I know about CERN, because I know it's an acronym.
Yeah.
But you tell me from what I know about CERN.
What do you know about from what they've been telling us of what CERN is?
Well, the little bit that I read, they're basically, it's kind of like they're saying we're trying to make things better by understanding the particle that keeps us together.
There you go. Breaking down the glue, going to the glue that they know. Basically, what they tell us that it's about. They got the God particle, finding this God particle, finding out what makes up the makeup of everything, what holds things together, basically. But if I told you it's more spiritual than physical. So I started it like this. We're all made out of matter. Everybody is made of matter. And inside of us, they have something called antimatter as well. Antimatter is darkness. We live in a realm of light. So what CERN is, everything I'm talking about is in the spiritual form, biblical. The book of Revelations, everything that's coming to pass right now. So what CERN is, it's basically it's opening up another dimension into our realm, our dimension. It's breaking through the firmament. They're shooting light into the shield, the firmament, to break through, to open up a portal, to allow what's coming to come. So when we think about all the movies that came, let's look at y'all remember the movie Stargate? You remember that movie Stargate with the portal and everything like that? All this is it's called and it starts with a P, programming. it's programming to show you, so when it happens, you won't be alarmed. It's a word for that. But in actuality, they're about to open up the gates of hell to come on this earth. Because if you read the word of the Most High, the Book of Revelation describes all of that. So I'll let you start with questions if you had any questions to ask me about something. We'll break it down deeper.
You had just said something earlier that damn, I was on the act and I just forgot what I was going to say. Okay, you was talking about the CERN. I want to have a good starting point because I don't want to go too far too soon.
Yeah.
And it was something you just said it
about the matter and antimatter.
Okay.
The realm of living in the realm of light.
The antimatter. So when I was listening to one of the thing that you sent me,
Pastor
Darby, he was speaking upon the darkness.
The darkness, yeah.
Even when the world was being shaped, it was in darkness.
It was in darkness, form and void.
Without form, so it was chaotic. Right?
Yeah.
And that's what he was saying was out in the darkness was chaos.
Chaos, yeah.
Chaoticness.
The abyss.
So, explain how that makes sense with the, cause what did he call it? A shield?
A shield, yeah.
He called it something else though.
The firmament. He called a shield. No,
but
he called it
the veil. He's called it the veil. But in the Bible it's the firmament.
The firmament, yeah.
Now, I hope this don't take us away, but have we been to space?
Never been to space.
I just wanted to ask that question because of what he was saying. Now it's like, have we been to space? If there's a firmament blocking
from that explains how.
So something is out there, but we're in here,
protected by a veil. So when in the beginning, in Genesis chapter 1, it says, in the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth. The earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep, right? He said, let there be light. And there was light. And he separated the light from the darkness. Right?
The waters, right?
Right? He separated the light from the darkness first, and then he said, let there be a firmament to separate the waters. From, that's what it says in Genesis 1:1, if we go back and look at that, right? It says, and God said, let there be a firmament in the midst of the waters, and let it divide the waters from the waters. And God made the firmament and divided the waters which were under the firmament from the waters which were above the firmament, and it was so. So let's talk about that. That's if you read that verse right there, what does that tell you right there, heaven, bro?
If that's the case, if we looking up, where is heaven then?
So if he separated water from the top of the firmament,
if it's chaotic out there, that can't be heaven.
That's why it's a spiritual thing, man.
I'm just saying, my nigga.
He's bringing his kingdom on earth at the end of the day, right? So
he's bringing the kingdom on earth.
Yeah, he's bringing his kingdom on earth.
From where?
That's what we're living for. We're living for the kingdom. From where? From where he's at. Where he's at. It's spiritual. Okay. This is a spiritual thing. Okay. See, we got to understand when we think with our natural mind.
Pay attention, man.
We think with our natural mind of things, like we try to figure out a logical explanation for things, but some things we just have with our human brain, things are unlogical for us to comprehend. Just like if you think of it now, right? When you used to watch these movies with the spacecrafts and aliens and things like that, portals being opened up, we thinking, oh wow, this is just entertainment, this is good. But truth be told, this stuff been going on since the 30s, 40s, and 50s. They've been building these things right here. They've been working on CERN since I believe the 40s and the 50s, the 30s, 40s, and 50s, they've been working on CERN. And I believe there's like 7 CERNs in the whole wide world, right? So
7?
Yeah, 7 of them.
So why they only telling us about 1?
they probably told us about all of them. It's just what do they want to tell? What do they put out there for you? A lot of things you have to research it. It's out there for you to get it. You know what I'm saying? That's what they call that's the rule that they have to tell you everything.
Right.
But it's not. They have to tell you everything. It's up to you to go find it. Really. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, y'all remember what was his name? The professor, the scientist that was Hawkins. He the one that can't talk. He in the wheelchair. And he types out everything from his brain. Professor, what's his name? I think it's Hawkins, right? He's an atheist, and he even said that this CERN thing is a bad idea. They're about to get ready to open up the gates of hell. They're opening another dimension.
But that's not how it's reading.
You know what I'm saying?
If you Google it, they ain't saying that. They talk about
something good.
Portals. No, they talk about portals could possibly open up, but it's not going to be no problem. That's what I read. They're saying, it wouldn't be a problem if it does.
See, that's why I said this thing is spiritual, man. Because even in
why would you even mess with something like that?
Because the people that the fallen angels that's giving them this knowledge to create these things, right? They trade this knowledge off for them to do this for them. Break this veil, break this shield, so they could come in here, so they can get ready for their Messiah to come, the Antichrist, and they could do what they got to do. So
hadn't the fallen angels been here before?
They've been here. Now, some of the fallen angels was sent to the abyss. If you go to the book of Enoch, it talks about a couple of fallen angels by name that came down here, and they taught everybody here we go. Let's just go to it. It says, all right, this is Enoch chapter 6. And it came to pass when the children of men had multiplied that in those days were born unto them beautiful and comely daughters. And the angels, the children of heaven, saw and lusted after them, and said one to another, Come, let us choose wives from amongst the children of men, and beget us children. One of the fallen angels' names was Semjaza, who was their leader, said unto them, I fear you will not indeed agree to do this deed, and I alone shall have to pay the penalty of a great sin. And they all answered him and said, Let us all swear an oath, and all bind ourselves by mutual imprecations, not to abandon this plan, but to do this thing. And they swore together and did this. These are the names of the fallen angels that came down here. These are the both of them that were sent to the abyss. This is important because this is the precursor of CERN, of everything is coming to pass.
Okay.
So the leaders you have Samayazaz, Arakiba, Ramil, Kokabil, Tamil, Ramil, Danel, Ezekiel, Baraquel, Azazel, Armaraz, Batarel, Ananel, Zaquel, Samsapil, Satarel, Torel, and Jamajel, Sarel. Those were the chiefs of the 10. And let me see, let's go to chapter 7. Okay, here we go. Chapter 7 says this, And all the others together with them took unto themselves wives, and each chose for himself one, and they began to go into them and to defile themselves with them. And they taught them charms and enchantments, and the cutting of roots, and made them acquainted with plants. That's one right there.
Made them acquainted with plants?
Yeah, acquainted with plants. Basically, like rituals with the herbs and everything, herbs and things you can do. You feel me? They showed them another way instead of seeking the Most High. They were showing them their way, like magic. Because everything is, you got to understand, when they do this...
herbs? But what's wrong with herbs?
That's what I'm telling you. When you be going to these places that be selling their herbs and tonics and stuff for you to, this helps with this helps with that. You got to be careful with that, bro. You feel what I'm saying? You got to be careful. Like, that's like Percocets. That's something they made. That's something they created, right? But it came from something, right? It came from something earthly for them to create Percocet or something like that. It says, Azazel taught men to make swords and knives and shields and breastplates, and made known to them the metals of the earth and the art of working them, the bracelets and ornaments, and the use of autonomy, and the beautifying of the eyelids, and all kinds of costly stones and all color structures. Basically, this, if you go back to Enoch, the book of Enoch, it explains why you think this not in the Bible. You know what I'm saying? This is part of the book of Bible. They took out the book, so it explains to you. If you will read this, you will understand what's going on now. Like you wonder where this technology came. This technology is not new. This technology been here. Everything's nothing new under the sun.
Do that, it picks it up.
There's nothing new under the sun. This technology been here, right? So when these fallen angels polluted the earth, the blood from the innocent blood that they were shed and cried out to the Most High and told him to revenge their deaths. And the Most High, he avenged their death. He banished these angels to the abyss, right? Until the time comes for their beast, their Messiah to come.
Now, if I'm following this correctly, and you said abandon them to the abyss, basically outside of the firmament.
Outside of the firmament, outside of the light realm. This is the light realm.
Right.
Sent them into the darkness, where they're trying to break through to get to. That's what CERN. They shoot all these light at this speed into the shield firmament, and they collecting antimatter. And what antimatter is darkness, right? So now when I talk about antimatter, everybody has antimatter in them. Everybody does. When we sin, we create antimatter. We are born in sin, so it's antimatter in us. It's darkness in us. But since we're in the veil that protects us here, it's not. It's more light than darkness here. So what they're doing is bringing more darkness. As you can see, as the years go by,
which will attack you.
Look what's going on right now.
Because you already have it in you, it's going to
bring it out more. Yeah, it's going to drag and bring you out more, especially if you're living how you're living, which is if you're living a lifestyle that's not pleasing to the Most High, you're going to continue to get worse and worse as you get older. So as you look at society, it has gotten worse over the years. You got to think about this. We always wondering why, like back in the day, kids used to be able to walk to school by themselves, and now a kid can get snatched up, raped, murdered, killed, because they've been doing this for years already. So more antimatter is being brought in. There's a college. Oh man, I had it written down in my notes. There's a college where the CIA, they did a test. They dropped little bits of antimatter in that college campus, right? College students was having nightmares. They was having, they couldn't sleep well. It was just wickedness going on there. And that was them. They were showing what this antimatter is doing to people, right? So, if we look at everything that's going on right now in society, right, the unnatural has become natural, and the natural has become unnatural, right?
That's crazy.
Like, if we could just see everything that used to be unnatural is natural to do. Everything's natural. Oh yeah, fuck it. Do what you want to do. Excuse my language. Do what you want to do.
Nice.
You mean we live in
it's muddy water, nigga.
We live in a do what thou wilt society now. Whatever you feel, that's you. Do it. Embrace it, right? When there's reason why things were set up the way it was set up, right? So this CERN thing is more spiritual than scientific, because when you talk about science, think about when you say it's a scientific study, a scientific thing. Scientific is basically man-made, right? This goes deeper than something that man has made.
A man-made explanation
of the spiritual realm.
The spiritual realm. Okay,
you know
now let me ask you.
The logic.
You still got something?
No, go ahead.
What would be the biblical term for CERN?
The biblical term for CERN, it would be
what's the acronym for CERN?
The acronym for CERN, I had that written down too. The acronym, what CERN really stands for, is
like central.
I'm gonna get it right here.
And then answer that question. What would be the biblical term or phrase? Because I know the Bible, it kind of speaks, in parables and stuff like that.
So we're going to get the English version is European Council for Nuclear Research, right?
The European Council for Nuclear Research?
Yeah.
It ain't CERN. CERN?
But that's the English version, but it says it's Council Européen pour la Recherche Nucléaire.
What?
Yeah, that's the French
so
term
that's some
You get what I'm saying?
So America has nothing to do with CERN.
America, what is America?
Well, yeah, it was taken over by French and
America, America had just as
territories.
much to do with
territories, because they.
We gotta think of America as just a mass put on something else. That's not. You gotta get what I'm saying. Just America. What is America for real? It's not. You get what I'm saying? All these countries, or we already in a one world government, so we know these things. Everything is set up. So
if it came from somewhere else, America wasn't always a territory of the French and
the English,
other places. It was just.
But this
what it
thing.
was.
America was set. America was set up. America was set up to.
It was set up, but I'm talking about before the setup. It was just a land of people. Before the setup,
before it became a corporation.
Thank you. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Before then, it was just a land of people.
Yeah.
So, is it possible at that point you could kind of exclude what America was then versus now?
No, because America. Oh, you talking about before them people came over?
Yeah,
here?
that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, that's all. I was just saying. You can kind of separate that.
Yeah.
Okay. Now let's get back to.
So
what's the biblical? What would be the biblical term?
So if you look at what the logo of the CERN, what CERN is, right? The logo
the circle,
of CERN,
the 666.
The 666. You feel me? And in Revelations, it tells us what the mark of the beast is. That's why like this CERN thing is very.
So 666 would be the.
It's the mark of the beast. And so why would their logo be 666 is the way it's and then they had the god of Sheba in front of the building doing the war dance, doing the dance for destruction and creation, recreation, right? And it's dancing in front of a portal.
So why would the element of carbon be the mark of the beast? Or
so you have to look at it like this. Even in the word, it says some of these things it tells us to shut the book up because a lot of these things will be revealed in the end for you to understand it better, right? Because think about the understanding of Revelations back in the day. It wasn't they didn't have this knowledge like the knowledge that we have right now helps us to better understand what Revelations is talking about, right? Because think about it, nobody was thinking about the average person wasn't thinking about no CERN in 50s, 60s, 70s. They wasn't thinking about this technology that really exists back then, right? So they didn't know what was going on. It was like out of the abyss came scorpions and this and that. People say, oh, that's probably just they're talking about tanks because they don't know. No, they're literally talking about things that's like it's not hard to understand this stuff now. It's like, oh, I'm getting this. Just recently, what the government been talking about? Oh yeah, there's been aliens and sightings of aliens and spaceships and all this other stuff, right? So those are not. If you look at the old hieroglyphs in Egypt and before Egypt, I think it's Sumerian, not Sumerian. Is it Sumerian? Sumerian culture. SAM. I think Sumerian. It's way back then. They got hieroglyphs that show spaceships flying, huge beings, and all this stuff, right? This stuff been here, right? So we have to understand this is nothing new. There's no aliens. Those are demons, fallen angels that's coming giving man information, right? Portals that's opened up for them. What's been going on right now? Think about what opens up portals. Blood opens up portals and things that they're doing now, shooting that light into the shield, right?
Why does blood? What is the blood about?
Because blood can be in this physical and the spiritual as well. So when blood is spilled, it's here in the spiritual, and it's a door, it's a gateway. It opens up in the spiritual as well. That's why these witch doctors and everything like these think of voodoo culture. When they do these sacrifices with the chickens and blood, whatever, it gives them opening for their demon. What's that? Their demon called? I don't want to get into all that. That's for another time. But it opens that door for them to come from the spiritual and possess, and then physical.
I'm not asking you to answer it, but why? That's
blood something. Is powerful because that's why the word says anywhere blood is spilled is cursed.
Yeah, but what is it about the blood though?
That's why. What is about the blood? That's why you think the Most High sent the Messiah. He sent Jesus here. His blood, right? from the physical and the spiritual, covers us in the spiritual as well, and saves us from. That's why blood is so important. So think about it. Before the Messiah came, before the Anointed One came,
So when blood is spilled, it never really leaves.
that's the portal, it's the opening. Why you think just for instance, think of
Did you hear what I just said?
it never leaves. Yeah. Why you think the blocks?
When blood actually hits the ground, does it ever really
I
leave?
guess after they clean it up, it leaves. But
I'm
it's still,
saying,
but there's still
I'm
the
saying
stench of it.
if you just out somewhere and you get a cut or whatever and pour some blood, ain't nobody there to clean it up. So that's what I'm saying.
All right, so
does
you
it
gotta-
leave
all right, so
or
it's like
does
this-
it?
it's like
is
this.
it just there?
When we say
Because you can't really clean blood
you
up.
can't. That's why you think a lot of places are cursed. Like think of our neighbor. Like think of the black neighborhoods, the hood, where people getting killed, and it's still been killing there for years. Like my old neighborhood, right? Blood's been spilt there. That area is cursed. It's decayed. People still killing each other there. The violence don't stop. You understand what I'm saying? It's a dark cloud in them areas, right? Even when they come and gentrify
And the way
area.
what happened for the blood to be spilt also plays a part.
Antimatter. That antimatter that's inside of you, right? Mixed with whatever they got going on in the spiritual realm that we can't see, that they've been doing, right? Because we know what's going on when it comes to our
a lot
people.
of blood spilled in this world, bro.
So think of this.
earth.
Think about the innocent sacrifices they do as well. The sacrifice they do to Baal with these abortions and stuff, where the altar is the abortion table. They're sacrificing the babies to their God. They masked it as abortion, but really behind the scenes in the spiritual, they know what they set these up for. They set this up for a spiritual thing for them to collect the sacrifice of these unborn child. That's flesh and blood right there. When you take a unborn child out of a mother, that's a living fetus that they kill for sacrificing. That's blood being spilled right there for them to collect it. Whew. It gets deep, bruh. Them beds that them girls lay down, that's an altar to their God, to the devil. So the devil has many faces.
So what you saying? Birth is a
The birth, not the birth, the abortion clinics.
Oh, the abortion.
Those
Okay.
are temples and altars that's set up for them to kill them when they take these babies. And
So the intent behind the spilt blood makes the blood do what it do.
the ritual, the different things that. So we gotta think of it like this too, right? The different things that we see and do in life, right? A lot of us take part in rituals that we don't even know that we're doing. These little dances, these little different dances that we do, right? Think about like in voodoo when they get possessed, they do this dance and stuff. They get uncontrollable dancing, right? The nene. I bet you didn't know the nene was a Baphomet dance. As above, as below.
Yeah.
When they do this, it's a twerking. That's when girls twerk. That's another dance. That's a ritual. That's a ritualistic dance. Yeah, man. Look this stuff up.
Come on.
Look,
me.
Look this stuff up. I heard I said, what does that have to do with CERN? Has everything to do with CERN. The antimatter. The more antimatter that.
So you saying my wife can't?
I mean, we gotta look at.
But the intent is for me.
But that's what I'm saying. A lot of things that they look. You gotta think about the intent of what they taught us. Something. Oh, this ain't nothing. This is just It's like twerking. Yeah. But what is the reason for twerking? You get what I'm saying?
Me.
Besides the stuff they telling us like, twerking is just for y'all having a good fun. Yeah, girl, get it. No, think about. All right, for instance, when you go to a club, right? What are clubs? The clubs they model clubs off the voodoo church. Well, voodoo is this voodoo god that they serve, right? They get everybody dance to a beat, right?
Like in a trance.
Yeah, in a trance. You know what I'm saying? You drinking spirits, alcohol, which is spirits, right? Getting them into your system, right?
I like spirits.
So you're invoking spirits to come into you with lustful. So what usually happens after a club? Somebody getting smashed out. You feel what I'm saying? Either a shootout, murder, some bull, or somebody committing fornication or adultery. Somebody getting smashed up, which is antimatter, more antimatter being created with this stuff. You feel what I'm saying? So all this stuff is for them. Is everything's coming to pass for them to bring to bring in their antichrist, to bring in their Messiah. You feel what I'm saying? Because it says
frequencies.
It says that
smells. So even smell is an antimatter.
So think about
a fragrance.
A fragrance. I don't know about the fragrance, but certain fragrances like
because you keep saying that's antimatter being released when
antimatter. So when you think of antimatter, it's basic
energy holds weight.
Just like remember
Emotions.
what I've been telling people about burning sage.
Emotions.
Remember what I told people about burning sage?
Yeah.
What do you think burning sage does? That like people are it's just the to me.
What you mean?
People don't study things before they do things. They go with trend. Oh, burn sage, get the evil spirits out your house.
That's what they say.
No, you're creating portals for them to come in here. Look at these temples. They burned incense and sage for you're inviting this stuff to come. So when you commit, let's say you commit a sin in there, right? You commit antimatter. You sin and fornicating.
Herbs help us though.
Herbs. Nobody's saying herbs don't help.
Right.
It's what's behind that person
the
that's
intent.
creating. Yeah, that's creating.
That's why I keep saying the intent.
So if you create, if you.
So if her intent is to twerk for me, then.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Twerking was. I'm just thinking. I'm just joking.
All right, so let's talk about the herb thing, right?
Yeah.
Witch doctors and everything create these different herbal things, right? And there's a lot of people that's masked out here as witches and warlocks that we don't know about, and they create these tonics and things, and they give it to you, right? Everything the Most High made for us was for us to use to help us, nothing for abuse and stuff like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the thing about, right, let's say right now there's still more matter than antimatter in this realm right now, right? They're trying to bring that dimension, open that dimension, bring that darkness, so nothing holding back what's behind that dimension. There's gonna be nothing holding it back. Once they break through there completely, the lawless one will be revealed, which is the Antichrist. You understand? CERN is here to bring in, to usher in the Antichrist. All these things. Look, think of everything. We've been talking about the Bilderberg Group, the Trilateral Commission. You know what I'm saying? Council on Foreign Relations. All these different organizations. The Catholic Church. The Catholic Church is the whore riding on the Babylon. Revelations talk about the Catholic Church, which is the whore that got all the religions. The Catholic Church is all religions mixed into one, basically. You understand what I'm saying? That's what Catholicism is. So all these different things are here. This is why the CERN was here to help usher in their new age of their Messiah coming. You get it?
Yeah. Because I was looking even negative emotions. I was trying to see if emotions could be is matter.
Your emotions.
It's an energy. It can be measured, right?
But you gotta see, when it comes to your emotions, a lot of our emotions are triggered by. There's a lot.
Because even air is matter. So
an
emotion is an energy that you put out.
But what kind of emotion? Like what affects your emotion? Your emotional, what they call it? What is it called, bro? I hate when my brain go blank like that. The energy. We're gonna say energy. I guess we could say energy, right? The energy behind your emotion. What creates your emotion? You feel what I'm saying?
The energy behind your emotion.
That creates the reason why your emotions is affected by what? What brings your emotion? What triggers them? Just like a man could wake up in the middle of the night, kill his whole family, and not know why.
What triggers emotions? That's a good question.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I would say what triggers emotions?
When we look,
life.
This is what I'm going to explain too. Unpopular. This is not popular to everybody's belief, right? the music we listen to, right? The ritualistic things we do while listening to music, right? The spells that's put over music, right, can affect your emotions, can affect you in a way that you don't know. It can affect how it could change your emotion, how you feeling at that time. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
People are possessed by this stuff. You can be possessed and not even know it. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So when it all comes down to it, we just gotta understand what was the reason for this right here? What's behind this? Why is this going on? People still don't understand to this day. People don't understand, like, yeah, how come it's always a shootout at a club? Why can't we just go party and have a good time? What spirit are y'all evoking to come here when y'all go out and party and stuff? When y'all drink these spirits and everything like that. And I'm coming from my own experiences. I used to it's not even what I used to do, because that's not even important, because you'll never relate to what I used to do. I'm not trying to give you a way to be like.
Well, it says feelings are not matter.
What are feelings?
And neither is sound.
Yeah, because matter. What is matter?
It says matter is something you can touch, but it says it also can be weighed. That's what I'm saying. Like, air is matter.
Feelings is a response to. I think feeling like your emotions and everything like is a response to.
That's why I don't like Google, because Google gives you
on the surface. You gotta go. You gotta go. Yeah, you gotta go deep. You gotta research.
It throws all this other. Well, I'm just doing Google search because I don't have any
the
books to really just. But you see how it throws so many different things at you, because earlier it was saying that air is matter, but it says it's something that you can touch. You can't touch air. You can feel it. But it says feelings aren't matter. So, but whatever.
That's why, even with the.
Go ahead. So go ahead and keep explaining.
Even with let's go to. Let me see. I'm gonna go to Revelations right quick. So when it says. See, this is deep, bro. Like, just understand Revelations, that everything that's going on right now. People that didn't understand people's interpretation of Revelations back then. The word tells us in Daniel when he told him to shut up the book, because it says
name the chapter. Verse.
I think it's Daniel chapter 7. Daniel chapter 7 is basically a reflection of Revelation chapter 13. So that's a preset for you guys right there. It says, the judgment shall sit and cut off and destroy and the reign of the rulership. What's that reign? I gotta find it. I had it marked in it. I wonder if it's in my other Bible. But he told Daniel to shut it up because more will be revealed in the end. Because they didn't know that this type of technology existed back then, the internet, right? The internet was the gateway to this new world order, to the end times. You understand what I'm saying? The internet is going to be used for their plan. Just like people, remember, let's talk about when COVID started, right? And they was talking about connecting people to Wi-Fi. You get what I'm saying? Altering your DNA, right? This is what this CERN thing is going to be. It's like it's something that you're going to take that's going to connect you online.
Okay.
Transform you.
Let me
Transhumanism.
Let me say this so maybe this will catch us up. So explain what's going on over there in Switzerland with that CERN and the 13 miles
of the snake-like thing.
Yeah.
That's the power. That's the energy.
Now, what has been thrown through there? What type of energy has been thrown? Light. Okay.
They're shooting light. And that's crazy. They're using light to bring in the darkness. Ain't that crazy? Like it's crazy.
That's why I want you to explain.
They're
using light to do what?
They're using light. They're using light to bring in darkness. They're using light to break through the veil that's protecting us. They're breaking through that veil. It's just like a shield protecting us from that dimension. But they're shooting it at I forgot the speed, because before when they turned it on, they didn't have enough power.
They said almost at the speed of light, but it's not.
But
they ain't got it there yet.
They're real close to it. Cause this is all. It's nothing that, and people, there's nothing that you can do to stop this stuff that's happening, because it has to come to pass for the kingdom to come. All this has to happen. So
see, that's another thing. How thrown off the definitions are, because you can't touch light, but it is matter.
It's matter because
it holds weight.
It's the way. That's what I'm saying. Science. What is really science?
I guess because it has protons, neutrons, and particles. It has particles within.
So you gotta look
light.
at it. Science is basically the logical way of thinking, the logical way of explaining things. Mm-hmm. So the science of them trying to break down matter, figure out what's the glue that holds things together, right? The God particle, what's holding things together. That's their logical sense of science. Science makes it logical, which is actually is information, knowledge given to them from fallen angels to create these things. Man didn't create these things. This is some spiritual things from Lucifer himself, from fallen angels, giving them the knowledge. Why you think the same people is going to be? Look, bro, they made a deal with the devil. That's why them people been rich forever. These families been rich forever. The ones that's controlling everything, they have it to pass it down from generation to generation. They have this power and these wealth and these riches, and they're going to have to give it all over, because it says it in Revelations and in Daniel that they got to give their power to him when he come anyway. All the riches, they got to give up the power. Even the Pope, which is the whore of Babylon. You understand? They're going to give up their power to the Antichrist when he comes. So this is what's going on now. The richest families, what's going to happen. All the kings of this earth, the people that run it, when the Antichrist come, they're going to give him that power, everything, because they made a deal with him. That's why they got all this information. That's why they created CERN. This a weapon that they weaponize, and something to try to go against the Most High, which the devil already know he's going to lose, but he has to deceive and what's the word? He's tricking them. They thinking they have a chance to win, but it's already written.
You said the devil has to lose. He knows he's going to lose.
Yeah. So he's going to take everybody, taking as much people with him as possible.
Right. So what is the purpose of us bringing this information? If the devil already knows he's going to lose, what is our purpose?
Because people are deceived into thinking that they have a chance. Like people think about today of victory. You gotta think about it. People today don't even
What type
believe
of victory? What do you mean? Victory over who?
Victory. They think they're gonna be victorious in this battle that's coming, this war that's coming, this battle. The battle that's coming between the Most High and the Messiah against the devil, Antichrist, the beast. They've been deceived to thinking.
I think you misunderstand my question.
What?
I said, what is our purpose for giving this information, though?
It's just for people to the purpose of the information is don't be deceived.
Right.
Don't be deceived by this stuff.
When it comes,
this stuff.
Right. Stay strong and diligent and in your righteous ways.
Yeah, because you're gonna go through some things.
You're gonna go through some things. We about to go through some shit.
Yeah, like
if this be the case, we about to go through
some stuff. Yeah, be prepared for this stuff to happen, because it's in the word it says
spiritually,
and physically. Because in the word it says 144,000 people are going to get marked. It's going to have the mark of the Most High, right? So when these things happen, they're not going to be touched by these things that's happening physically to them, right? Now, if you're not the ones that have the seal of the Most High, these different plagues and stuff come, they said these locusts gonna come and they're gonna sting you like scorpions, right? And people are gonna, in them times, people gonna wish they were dead, but they ain't gonna be able to die, right? They said the sting is not gonna kill them, but it's gonna hurt them for months, right? So even if you believe in the Most High, right, you still have to stay strong. Even if you are attacked through this, this is your proven season for your. It's time for you to prove to the Most High that you are going to stand firm no matter what's going to happen. You choose salvation because it talks about in Revelation the ones that had to go through the tribulation and still made it to got killed during the tribulation, that went through the stuff and it didn't go to the devil. You take the mark. Your reward is going to be great. So to understand that, it's like people to understand. Let's just say, keep it real. I don't like the word does not say nothing about a rapture coming. So people are being deceived to thinking that they're going to be raptured away before this stuff happens. There's no rapture in the Bible. There's nothing that says rapture in the Bible. There's no wording of rapture. The rapture theology came from the Catholic Pope back in the year. Don't quote me on a year, but it was a little girl that said she had a vision that said, I have a vision from God that says that He's going to take us out before the tribulation comes, right? Mm-hmm. And the Pope took that and created the rapture theology. There was no rapture theology before that. You understand what I'm saying? So people take pieces of the word and create. That's why religion is man-made theology, right? It's your faith. So they took something and created a theology out of it. So a lot of people is not going to be prepared for this. A lot of people is going to be tricked and they're going to be looking like, yo, what's going on? I thought we was supposed to be raptured away before this stuff happened. And that's going to stir them away. They're going to like, is the Most High real? Is this real? He said we were supposed to be gone before this. So the Bible's not real. They're tricking people. That's why you have to understand. Even if there is a rapture that's coming, I could be wrong. If there is a rapture that's coming, okay, good. But there ain't no rapture that's coming. You better be prepared. When I say be prepared is, are you willing to die for the Most High? Or are you going to take the mark and be tortured forever in hell? Either you take your death, your torture, whatever they're going to do to you then, and receive your just reward from the Most High in the end, or you're just going to be like, nah, I don't want to do this. Because you have to prove yourself. The people that understand, you got to understand like this. In other countries, right, people are getting killed for their belief in the Most High, getting beheaded, getting killed. What makes you so special that you don't got to go through nothing like that before to prove yourself? If we think about it, we go to church and we can't even sit through there and worship Him for the time there. You worried about what you're going to do after church, right? When the time comes, when He comes to rule the world, what you think you're going to be doing? You're going to be praising and worshiping the Most High for years, days, months. You might not even move because there's not going to be no need for you to eat, drink, and nothing like that. So are we ready for that? You understand what I'm saying? So it's really us being prepared spiritually and physically, right? This CERN thing is the beginning of the end. It's ushering the end. And I just want people to understand and be ready for it, because it gets deeper than what I'm talking about. This is just scratching the surface, giving you a little clip of the study.
Well, I mean, get into it a little bit before we leave.
Like what you want to get into?
Is there anything else that you wanted to present about CERN? Or is that all CERN is about? Or is there anything else?
People will say CERN is about other things too. But we're not talking about the physical, what they're telling us what it's about, because we know in the end has everything to do with bringing the spiritual to the physical. You get what I'm saying? Opening up dimensions and realms to bring what's behind that here physically. You understand what I'm saying? So we know this is it's wicked. It's evil. They're playing. They tell us, oh, don't be worried about it. This is something brilliant. No, it's wicked and it's evil. And if Stephen Hawkins, that's his name. Stephen Hawkins or Stephen Hawkins, that's the name of the guy. He said this be the worst thing they ever do. They're gonna open up the gates of hell. You know what I'm saying? He don't even. He's an atheist, and he knows it's something wrong with it. You understand? People tampering with the knowledge from the fallen angels that's given to them, not knowing. They might know, the ones up top, they know what this is being used for, but the ones that's being used to do it, they probably don't know that they're helping for this stuff to happen. You understand what I'm saying? They probably think, oh, this is science. Think about there was a ritual that happened in front of the CERN in Switzerland, the facility in Switzerland. They tried to paint it as, oh, it was only they was just acting. They was just acting. No, they sacrificed somebody. You could look it up on YouTube, Google it. They sacrificed somebody. They sacrificed somebody in front of the building. I'll look it up for you.
Yeah, my phone got dead. I'm on 5%.
Let's see. Right here. See, they call it, look, CERN ritual hoax is found footage video that depicts it's a false occult ritual occurring in the grounds of CERN, the intergovernmental organization that operates the largest particle physics laboratory in the world. They called it a mock human sacrifice at CERN. That wasn't no mock human sacrifice. They showing you, bro, like, look, man. Have you seen this? I'll let you take a look at this.
So they spilling blood on the ground.
They spilled blood on the ground.
Right there at CERN.
Yeah. There you go. That's the building right there in front of Switzerland. Y'all can look it up. It's on Google. It's on YouTube.
There's Shiva.
Yeah.
Shiva.
They said it was a hoax. We know what y'all know. We've been here long enough to understand this stuff is real. Blood has to be spilled.
Right, because why would you even allow that? Why would you allow that on them grounds? That's supposed to be some governmental.
Yes.
Why would you even allow them on those grounds
to do that?
To even do that without
How did they get the clearance to do that?
Without it being something behind it.
Exactly.
And you gonna call it a hoax. What, he got caught?
He just seen, when he seen it happen, he's like, oh, what the
Oh, I missed it.
Gotta exit out and go back.
I missed it.
This is more of this is not a scientific thing. What I'm talking about, it's more with good versus evil, the Most High and the devil. This is my approach to CERN. It has nothing to do with science, has nothing to do with the typical information they give you about CERN. Mine is more biblical in preparing us for the stuff that's coming, man. Like even me, this is a test of my faith. I have to understand, like, this is going to get real. And right now we're in the days of Noah, because they said, when is the time of the Son of Man? He was like, it would be like the days of Noah. We in that time now, man. So people are turning up, living their life, partying, having fun, getting drunk. Life is good here, right? So what we doing? What was Noah doing during that time? He was preparing an ark, getting ready for that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's what it's about, man. It's nothing scientific where my angle is, because we know what science is. It's the logical way to explain something.
Shit, I'm about to start buying jugs of water, nigga.
And I got rice and everything at the house. Like, we got like canned goods, everything.
So what else points to CERN? What other scriptures can you think of that point to that? You know,
see how how it is it's basically when Revelations, the book of Daniel, book of Revelations, what else? There's another book that it just tells us of weird things that's going to happen, and we trying to, when people think of the logical explanation, like what, how the different plagues, the different seals that's being open, because remember in Revelation they talk about seals being open, right? When they didn't know what to call it there, seals. That's, you gotta think of the time frame back then. They called it a seal, called it a veil. You know what I'm saying? Where we at now in life, right? This is better explaining to us what these seals, when they're breaking through things, they're breaking open seals. In my opinion, that's what I'm thinking it is. As they breaking through the veil, seals are being opened, and these different things that's happening. So if you just read the book of Revelations, I would go in, read Daniel. I think it was I started Daniel chapter 7, like I said, was explaining a lot about what's going to happen. It tells us, and even let's talk about one thing I want to talk about when I was mentioning the rapture thing. In Daniel and in Revelation, it says that the lawless one, was going to give the power to well out the saints. So if we're going to be raptured away, what saints is he going to well out? You know what I'm saying? If it's can I read that?
Go ahead.
Let me read that for y'all right quick.
You my guess.
I was reading Isaiah earlier. Let's see.
Where the elevator at?
Down at home.
There it is. Jeremiah, Ezekiel.
So Daniel. Open up portals to allow certain spirits to come in.
Daniel 7. Alright, and it says, dreadful, devour, breaking peace, and stamp the rest of his feet, and 10 horns. Let's see, I beheld the same horns. Alright, let's go to, Daniel 7, we'll start from Daniel chapter 7, verse 24. And the 10 horns out of the kingdom are 10 kings that shall arise, and another shall arise after them. And he shall be diverse from the first, and he shall subdue 3 kings. And he shall speak great words against the Most High, and shall wear out the saints of the Most High, and think to change times and laws, and they shall be given into his hand until the time and the times and the dividing of time. But the judgment shall sit, and they shall take away his dominion, to consume and to destroy it unto the end. And the kingdom and dominion and the greatness of the kingdom under the whole heaven shall be given to the people of the saints of the Most High, whose kingdom is an everlasting kingdom, and all dominion shall serve and obey him. So when they talk about, who they talking about when they say he's going to
Saints.
yeah, he said he's going to wear out the saints? Who's he talking about?
What, the part of the 144?
When he said, nah, because they're going to be protected. They're going to be, you can't touch them. They're going to be protected during this whole thing, the 144,000.
But the saints are supposed to be the people of God.
Yeah, so that means, let's go to Revelation 13. Let's
So they're not part of the
that.
144?
No.
Why wouldn't the saints be part of the 144?
So, you think it's just going to be 144 people that's going to be, that believes in the Most High? There's going to be people here that's not going to take that's going to see at the end, like, oh, wow, I've been doing this. They're going to turn to the Most High during these times. You get what I'm saying? Because remember the 2 witnesses that's coming. Oh, man, it's getting deep, bro. The 2 witnesses that's coming, it gets even deeper, bro. Like, that's what I'm saying, man. Like, this thing right here, let's go to Revelation 13, right?
I mean, we can do another one, you know what I'm saying, and kind of expound if you would like.
We can. Let me give them this preset.
Go ahead.
Revelation 13, verse, we're going to start from verse 5. And there was given unto him a mouth speaking great things and blasphemies, and power was given unto him to continue 42 months. And he opened his mouth in blasphemy against God, to blaspheme his name and his tabernacle and them that dwell in heaven. And it was given unto him to make war with the saints, right? To overcome them. And power was given him over all kindreds and tongues and nations. And all that dwell upon the earth shall worship him, whose names are not written in the book of life of the Lamb, slain from the foundation of the world. If any man have an ear, let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints. So that piggybacks off of Daniel 7. What saints that he's going, this was going to happen. He's going to overcome them. He's going to give them that power. But it gets even better. And it says, that
What saints you think he's talking about?
The ones that don't have the seal of the Most High. Because they're going to be, I believe it's people that's going to follow those 144,000. Let's say the 144,000, and there's going to be 2 witnesses that's coming here, right? And they're going to be doing acts for the Most High. I had these verses written down. I left them. I'm gonna give them to you. So when we do this again, I'll have more.
But I'm trying to understand. I don't know if it's even for us to understand, but
that's why it's not. We're not gonna fully understand until
you keep saying what saints, and I'm like, what saints? Because we were always taught that the saints were for God. Or
you gotta think about it. What's the real saint nowadays?
Nowadays,
yeah, the church ain't. I don't really want to talk about the church people, because there's some good church. There is some real church people, but the majority of that's why what is to be a Christian nowadays, right? The Christianity, right? The ones that say they're a Christian, they're not followers of the Messiah. That's what Christianity. That's what they got Christianity from, because Christ is the anointed one. So they say Christian. So you're supposed to be followers of the anointed one, right? I'm a follower of the Most High, of the Messiah, of the Most High. I'm the follower of the Anointed One. I'm the follower of Christ, right? I'm not going to take up the term Christianity, because they made Christianity what? A man-made theology, a religion, right? So I'm a follower of Christ, of the Anointed One, of Jesus, the Messiah. You understand? The Prince of Peace. You feel me? I'm a follower of Him. And I'm going to follow the Most High, the God, Elohim, my Father, my Abba. I'm a follower of Him. You understand?
All right.
So, we don't know who's going to be the 144,000 sealed.
No, we don't know.
We don't know. We don't know who that's.
But I'm just saying, dude, you keep saying saints, and I'm
so
like, you're saying the saints.
So when you think of the saints, this is what I think. When I
we
say
was
the
always
saints,
taught that the saints were
the followers of Christ.
When the saints come marching in, when the saints come marching.
So the saints are going to be the followers of the Most of this Messiah.
In that number, when the saints, you know what I'm saying? So
that's what the saints is going to be, the followers of Christ during these times.
Okay.
During these end times.
So the saints are who we've been taught.
Yeah.
They're going to be
true
the followers
of that's because you got to think about people that.
So that means the 144 got to be the followers too.
Yeah, but there's a verse in here that says that they're. Let me go to it. When this stuff happens, when these different seals are opened up, right, through CERN, that's opening up things. They're not going to be touched by none of these plagues. The 144,000 that got the seal of the Most High, and nothing's going to happen to them during that time. Now, when He gives them the power to wear out the saints, they could be part of it too. I don't know.
Part
of them getting wear out by the lawless one. When it says He's going to give them the power to wear out the saints, they could be part of the saints.
Who's going to give Him power to wear out?
The Most High is going to let Him do what He do. Because His time is going to come where you're going to get cast. Things have to happen for Him to come. It says, well, when He comes back, He's going to destroy them with the word of His mouth. Spiritual turning into physical. You get what I'm saying? Word of His mouth. So this is good. It's good, bro. Like I want to make sure that I'm mentally stable enough, mentally strong enough to understand what I gotta go through when this time happens. You never know. He could take you out before this happened. You know what I'm saying? So wherever I've been changing my lifestyle. Like, you know, this year I've been doing things differently. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of things I used to be into, I understand that this ain't a joke. This is real. Like this things are coming to pass, and we're distracted by. I don't like you. Like you know, I don't. I took my social media off my phone. You know what I'm saying? Like that gives me more time to be aware of things. Like yeah, I got the news app on my phone so I can see different things. Trying to see different signs because there's going to be signs of things for us to pay attention to. You know what I'm saying? That the lawless one is going to come and bring peace. You know what I'm saying? He's going to bring peace. He's going to do wonders. He's going to do things to deceive everybody to make them think like, whoa, this is.
He's the man. He's
like
the one.
Think about it. I think it has a lot to do with the Anunnaki. Where they be talking about the Anunnaki, right? This could be part of the trick of them when the Anunnaki comes. Like this is who our God is. This is who we need to worship. You feel me? Why you think that they put this out, the Anunnaki stuff out here for? You get what I'm saying? The Pope said he sees something coming. You get what I'm saying? They try to, like, I was seeing something on YouTube, right? And these two people was talking about, they said, yeah, was Jesus an alien? Was Jesus an Anunnaki, part of the Anunnaki bloodline? Like, just these are different things you pay attention to. So they called it something preemptive programming. No, what is it called? Preemptive.
That sound about right.
They you know what I'm trying to say? They're programming us, so when it happens, it's like, oh. So why you think we're going to the Christians? Well, I'm not gonna say the Christians, the follower of Christ, the Messiah, are going to be persecuted, right? Because that person's going to come and make y'all bow to them. And it's going to seem like they created everything, that they are this is that. That's false religion. Everybody's going to worship the beast. You get what I'm saying? And why did they say the number of the beast is 666? Why CERN got 666 all in there? You know what I'm saying? It's like these things is hard. It's not hard to miss. It's right in front of our face, and that's where everything is right there in our face.
But let me go back to, still talking about the CERN, and go back to the social media and, computers and stuff like that. Okay, that's why I was saying explain what CERN does. You were saying it's the light particles.
Yeah.
That they shoot at a rapid, high speed. Are we not moving already to that? Because you got fiber optic. What? Look,
that's high speed. Think about 5G. Remember?
That's high speed, bro. Going into your phone or into your because it's connected to the computer. Well, it's connected to the router, which shoots it to the computer. So you may be okay if you stay off computers.
No, you're not gonna be okay. Period.
Because it's not coming through a phone. It is.
It is. 5G. I got on my phone right now. It's 5G plus.
But it's more of a frequency.
5G plus on there.
It's more of a frequency. But your man talked about frequencies too.
Yeah. So, all right. So look.
Light.
What if I told you that when you go on social media, that's a portal as well?
Yeah, I'm saying
it opens up portals. Like I seen myself. I went on the other day, right? Somebody told me like, yo, I sent you a message on Instagram. Check it out. Yo, bro, I don't be on Instagram. Nah, for real, bro. I want you to check this out for real. I opened up Instagram, right? Instantly, it was a portal to lust. Opened up these different, you know what I'm saying? It was just, bro. It's I can't explain this physically because it's a spiritual thing. Out of sight, out of mind. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, we talked about that.
Out of sight, out of mind. Remember? Yeah, we talked about that this morning. You know what I'm saying? So it opens up a portal for me. It opens up a portal of different things, lust, violence, different things you see now on social media. You see violence nonstop on things that you wouldn't see normally and coming outside your house. You see it now on social media. Shootings, people getting killed, people getting set on fire, heads getting chopped off, brought to us by what? A portal.
Like you said, it's already doing it before it even really actually, before it becomes, how can I say it?
Full circle, man.
Full circle. It's already there.
Why don't people think that America has a day of judgment as well? Every major power had their day of judgment. Rome, Greece,
Is there any way to stop this?
Egypt, Babylon. There's no
There
way.
ain't no way to stop
It
this.
has to happen.
Yeah.
Because what America did to the Most High's people, us, who we are, being Hebrew, it just gives you your blood right. Your bloodline. It has nothing to do with being spiritual with the Most High. It just gives you a certain pride about it. But the word says, He has not forgotten His people. Shall He forget? He said, God forbid, He forget about His people. Right? You're going to have to pay for what you've done to us, to His people, the real Hebrews, the real Israel, the real Hebrew people. You're going to pay for it. Judgment is coming. Judgment is coming for what you done to His people. We are out here. It says that in the word. It tells us that we will lose our heritage, forget who we are. We the only people that match that. We the only people that fit that description. We don't have no tracing this back to this. We don't have none of that. We out here. So when you do a bloodline
That ain't
test,
it?
this is it. This is what it is. But they trying to say some Europeans, some Khazarians. They saying the Khazarians, these people, the snake people, are the real Hebrews. They call themselves Jews. The word Jew is not even a word. We're not Jews. That they got that from Judah. But Jew being a Jew is not Hebrew. Like, that's just a made up word, right? Our history. This talks about us. Everything. Let me give you an explanation. All right, in Exodus, right? Remember when Moses was he was part of the Pharaoh's people, right? Remember, he killed an Egyptian that was beating a Hebrew person, right? Buried him up in the sand. Moses seen two Hebrews fighting each other, and he went over there and he said, "Yo, why y'all stop this? Why y'all fighting each other?" And they said, "Oh, what you gonna do? Kill us like you killed that Egyptian?" Does that not sound like some hating ass shit that black people do to each other? Like who you talking to, nigga? Like, we seen you kill him, so you coming over here? Who? Bro, everything, it sounds like the way they was stubborn, complaining. We are complaining people. When they was in the wilderness, 40 years after He got us out of Egypt, the Most High got us out of Egypt, we was complaining. He was feeding us bread from heaven. We was complaining about that. He gave us quail, complaining about that. He gave us water from a rock, complaining about that. Are we not a complaining ass people? we complain about everything. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's why, like, you could take this with a grain of salt. This explain. All right, so I'm gonna break this down a little bit more when I say when people run their blood, it's gonna say you came from Western Africa, right? But during the time when the Romans took over and Maccabees, if you go into the Apocrypha, the book of Maccabees, it talks about the king that came, I think, was it Greece? Came and started killing us. We left. We went down into Africa, and it was a thing called Negro land. It's another thing. Look up Negro land. This would explain why our blood is connected to West Africa from all that area over there, Ghana, all that area right there. Our blood's gonna trace back to that. That was called Negro land. If you look up what the word Ghana means, it's like war chief or war king or something like that. It's gonna trace back to that. We traveled into Africa, right? The Khazarians was from right here in Europe, and they traveled to the Caucasus Mountains when the Byzantine Empire, and it was what was that dude, Attila the Hun? I forgot what his empire was called. You know what I'm talking about? Them. They came. They was coming from each direction, so they had to choose. Like, okay, either we're gonna be Muslim or we're gonna be Christian or something. It was something I can't remember. So they chose to Judaism, right? The Kabbalahism and all that. You feel me? The Talmud. The Talmud is this stuff. It's just you can't really explain this in one sitting, man, because it's deeper. They took that and they fled to Europe, right? They adopted the Judaism, and they called themselves Jews, and they call themselves. How is it when the word says that we gonna go back into our country when prophecy has not been fulfilled? So why are they in the land of Israel? Because Israel had to get burned to the ground. The temple has to get burned to the ground. They got to be it's going to be trampled down by the Gentiles. This has not happened yet, and they're in Israel saying this is their land. So it's crazy, man. We just gotta. Ain't no way no white man going to tell you that they're real Hebrew. They're from the word says it in Revelations. I know of them that say they are Jews, but really they are the synagogue of Satan. When you gotta think about the translation of the Bible, when they say it's Jew is Hebrew, Judah. You feel me? The Yahudim, you know, because that's who we are. We are from Yasharella, Yahudim, tribe of Judah. It says, but I know of y'all that says that y'all are the Yahudim, but really they are of the synagogue of Satan. It tells us right there, but nobody want to read that. They like it's crazy. And then when people start talking about it's coming out that the awakening is happening. Like, oh snap, we are the real Hebrews, right? Well, why does that even matter no more? Jesus is about love. God is about love. They try to sweep it under the rug.
Right.
And being Hebrew does not mean that you're going to be saved. You have to believe in the Messiah. Don't fall into this stuff. It's a lot going on. It's more like people don't get too caught up on being a real Hebrew. Just use that to have some pride about yourself. You feel what I'm saying? Use that to have some pride, some belonging to yourself. Because we are out here lost. You get what I'm saying? Get some spiritual. Get your spirit back. Serve the Most High and accept the Messiah, man. Like. For real, man. That's not gonna save you because you a Hebrew. You could die and burn. Gentiles can be spiritual Hebrew. That's why the Messiah died for everybody. So spiritual Hebrew, there is a spiritual Israel. But the Most High ain't forget about His people. Judgment is definitely coming to America for everything that they've done.
What's up, man? Okay. Anything else you want to say about CERN or?
We can say that for part 2.
Part 2? Man, I appreciate you coming by, man.
Darkness,
hey, I hope y'all enjoyed this conversation. We're going to probably do a part 2, hopefully. And like I said, like, share, follow, man, right here at Muddy Water TV. Kirt. Appreciate you, man.
No doubt, bro. You already know, man.